And in her first and last attempt to be British, Kulwinder Kaur bought a bar of Yardley English lavender soap. It was a purchase she justified by noting that the family's regular bar of neem soap had shrunk to a sliver from frequent use. When Sarab reminded her that they had a cupboard stocked with necessities from India, toothpaste, soap, hair oil, brill cream, turban starch, and several bottles of feminine wash that he had mistaken for shampoo, Kulwinder reasoned that eventually their toiletries from the motherland would run out. She was only preparing for the inevitable. The next morning she woke early and dressed Maya in woolly tights, a plaid skirt and a jumper. At breakfast, she anxiously reminded Maya to keep still, lest she spill food on her very first school uniform. Kulwinder's own roti was dipped in a jar, a mango pickle that stained her fingers and left a lingering smell on her hands. She offered the achar to Maya, whose nose crinkled at the sourness. After eating, Kulwinder used the new soap to scrub both her and Maya's hands, between fingers, under the nails, and especially in those fine palm lines that spelled out their futures. Scented like an English garden, the pair arrived at the primary school registration desk. A young blonde woman introduced herself as Miss Teal and crouched so her gaze could meet Maya's. "Good morning," she said with a smile, and Maya shyly smiled back. "What's your name?" "Maya Kaur," Maya said. "Oh, you must be Charanpreet Kaur's cousin. We've been expecting you," Miss Teal said. Kulwinder felt a familiar tension. This was a common misunderstanding, that all people with the surname Kaur were related, and one that she could usually explain, but today the English words escaped her. She was already overwhelmed by this new world that Maya was about to enter. "Tell her," Kulwinder urged Maya in Punjabi, "or she'll think I'm responsible for all the other Punjabi kids here." She had a frightening image of dropping off Maya and returning home with a gaggle of new children. "Charanpreet's not my cousin," Maya said with a small sigh for her reluctant mother. "In my religion, all girls are Kaurs and all boys are Singhs." "All one big family, God's children," Kulwinder added. "Sikh religion." For some stupid reason, she gave a thumbs up, like she was recommending a brand of detergent. "How interesting," Miss Teal said. "Maya, would you like to meet Miss Carney? She's the other teacher here." Miss Carney walked over. "Look at those lovely eyes," she cooed. Kulwinder relaxed her grip on Maya's hand. These were kind people who would take care of her daughter. In the weeks leading up to this day, she'd fretted over sending Maya to school. What if the other children teased Maya about her accent? What if somebody had to call Kulwinder about an emergency and she was unable to understand? Miss Carney handed Kulwinder a folder of forms to fill out. Kulwinder drew a stack of forms from her bag. "The same," she explained. Sarab had filled them in the night before. His command of English was better than hers, but it had still taken a long time. Watching him point to each word as he read, Kulwinder felt the smallness of being in this new country, learning the alphabet like children. "Soon Maya will be translating everything for us," Sarab had remarked. Kulwinder wished he hadn't said this. Children shouldn't know more than their parents. "You're very prepared," Miss Teal said. Kulwinder was pleased to have impressed the teacher. Miss Teal flipped through the forms and then stopped. "Now over here you forgot to write your home telephone number. Can you just tell me what it is?" Kulwinder had memorized the digits in English so she could recite this combination of words whenever she was called to. 896. She paused and grimaced. There was a tightness in her stomach. She started over. 8965. She froze. The achar from that morning was bubbling in her chest. 8968,965? Miss Teal asked. "No." Kulwinder waved as if to wipe the woman's memory clean. "Again." Her throat felt full and hot. 896